you guys. They did a coronavirus test. It was negative. And then the blood work that they sent to the lab came back. What they were looking for blood clots on my veins, my legs, and my lungs. When somebody says they're having pain on the right side of their chest, it's not good. Actually, it starts to send some kind of signals like. Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl again, Zion, with yet another video. You guys, today I am here to share my own experience with the coronavirus, which I know with a lot of people it is not anything new anymore. Either you have had the experience, or you know someone that have had the experience, or your relative or anybody. The thing is just too rampant nowadays, and we all know that there's so many different variants that have come up now. You have the original one, the COVID-19 original, I don't even know what the name is, and then you had the Delta variant that came up, and then you have the the Omicron variant that came up. They say it originated from South Africa, and then now we are hearing about a new variant, what is called NH1 or whatever, I don't know, but they say it originates from Cameroon. And when I listened to that news, I think it was some news channel in France or so, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I listened to it, and they were reporting that about 12 people in Cameroon have already been infected by that new variant. Like I said, I don't know what the new variant, what the name is, but yes, guys, I thought I had been sick with the coronavirus when it just came out back in 2020. I was very sick. And then when I fell sick, after I fell sick, 3 days after, my husband fell sick as well. So we thought, and at that time, we were experiencing all the symptoms of the coronavirus. And at that time, I was thinking that probably we had coronavirus at that time. But you guys, I don't know, I think the coronavirus just affects people differently. Some people, they lost their sense of smell, taste. Some people, they get headache. Some people, they get body aches. Some people, they cough, sneeze, fever, and this and that. And then when it gets so bad, some people, they have shortness of breath. But you guys, with my own situation, my own experience, Lord have mercy. It was not announced. I didn't see it coming at all. I didn't, and that is it. I don't see when it be come. So I was on the plane from Maryland to Texas, and about an hour. I think it was like a 3-hour plus flight, direct flight. And when we boarded, shortly after we boarded, I started feeling some kind of mild pain on the left side of my lungs, of my heart. Let me put it that way, the left side of my chest, actually. I was feeling some pains there. It was very mild. And some people, if you may have had this experience, sometimes you have like a sharp pain on your side here like this, and then with time it just goes away. But what I was feeling, that pain was like that, a sharp pain. It's like I was sitting on a knife, and that pain wasn't going away. I was hoping that it will go away, but it didn't go away. Gradually, as the flight progressed, the pain was increasing. Gradually, it was increasing. And you guys, I would say by about 30 minutes before we landed, it became so serious. My son was the person that was sitting next to me. He was sitting like on the window seat, and there was a complete stranger that was sitting on the aisle seat, and I was in the middle. And so, guys, this experience I'll never forget. I tell you, say, I sick, some kind of sick way, and I need just understand. That is, like I said, 35 minutes to when we're supposed to land. Guys, it became so bad. I could barely turn my head to even attend to my son, to talk to him, or, I could barely like move and talk. And then I was having shortness of breath. It's like I could not take a deep breath. I was breathing so shallow, like I was breathing so shallow. My it was that bad, you guys. So I tried to keep my composure, like I tried to keep my cool, try to be calm, the best that I can. Given that I was on board with 2 kids, I had my daughter with me and I had my son with me. Now, the things that when the plane landed, the things that we even had, like the bags that we had overhead, I could not even stretch to get those things. My daughter had to be the one to leave her seat and came all the way in front and grabbed those bags and brought them down. And then I was able to make my way out of the plane very gradually, very slowly, struggling to breathe. And by the time I came out there, that alerted my daughter already alerted the airport officials, and they called the ambulance. So within like a few minutes, the ambulance came, and then they take me to a secluded area where they examined me. They did an EKG right there to find out if there were any kind of irregularities with my heart, and they didn't see anything. And then they just immediately took me to, because when somebody says they're having pain on the right side of their chest, it's not good. Actually, it starts to send some kind of signals, like maybe heart attack or something like that, whatever, but I was rushed to the nearest emergency room by the airport. And when I came in, the first thing they did, they put an IV line on me, drew my blood, and sent it to the lab, did the coronavirus test. You guys, they did the coronavirus test. It was negative. And then the blood work that they sent to the lab came back. What they were looking for blood clots on my veins, my legs, and my lungs. They didn't find any. I was good. I was fine. They sent me to do an X-ray. They did a CT scan with dye. You guys, the doctor came to see me now, and he told me everything looked good, but we could see some kind of infection on your chest, on the left side of your chest. You have some kind of infection. I was just in so much pain. So they gave me some pain medication. It was called Toradol, some anti-inflammatory. Medical personnel, you know what I'm talking about. Toradol was a very good pain medication because it really calmed me down. I wasn't feeling that pain at all. And then they gave me, they prescribed me 2 antibiotics, and I was let to go home. But I was told, you need to go test again for coronavirus in 2 days. So that would have been the 4th of January. So came back home, and that Toradol pain medication that they gave me in the hospital, that thing lasts in your system for just six hours. After 6 hours, y'all, I could not breathe. I almost went into the ER again for a second time. But I started taking Tylenol, and I started taking ibuprofen. I'm not supposed to take ibuprofen because of some other stuff, Ibuprofen, you guys know ibuprofen is very harsh for the intestines. It's very, very harsh. A lot of people that take ibuprofen, they don't get it. I mean, it helps you with the pain, but then it damages something else, So in 2 days, I called my doctor, and they told me to come in, and straight away they looked at my reports from the emergency room that I'd gone to the previous 2 days, and they were like, wow, it is stating here that you have pneumonia. And then a nurse friend of mine came home, and she was asking me, but you can't just have pneumonia like that. You must have been exposed to something that you don't just get up in the morning and just get pneumonia. You must have been exposed to maybe cold or something that would have caused that pneumonia. But I don't know. I've not been eating ice like I used to eat ice. I've not been out in the cold. I spend most of the time here in Texas. Texas not the cold like that, as most of you know. Texas not the cold like that. So I don't know where I don't, get something where it will cause the pneumonia, where it will cause the pneumonia. To get that word out, y'all. Pneumonia, whatever. Anyways, long story short, you guys, I went in to see my doctor, and we did the coronavirus test a second time, and at that time I tested positive. Now they changed one of the antibiotics because I was prescribed 2 antibiotics. They changed one of them and had me on one. They had me on some steroids, precisely methylprednisolone. They had me on that for, it was a 6 days regimen, and then the antibiotics was 5 days regimen, and then I had the Tylenol I was taking for pain and all that. But you guys, even as I'm talking right now, I'm still feeling some pain in there. Cut a long story short, you guys, it was 3 days later, I was told by my doctor again to go back to the emergency room because they had ordered me to do another X-ray, which I did, and they said that I had what they call pulmonary effusion. Like I said, the medical personnel in here don't understand what that is. Pulmonary or pleural effusion. Basically, they're saying that I had some fluids in my lungs. So guys, what is going on with me is that the way my nurse friend explained to me that I had coronavirus. I didn't just display any symptoms or signs or anything like that, but it was just eating up my lungs, and that's how I ended up with pneumonia. So that was like the after effect of having coronavirus that I'm suffering from. That's what it was, or that's what it is. Why am I bringing my story out here? Not to entertain you guys. I'm bringing my story out here just to remind y'all that there are people that are healthy carriers. There are people that are going around. The simple thing that they say, wear a mask. Wear your mask. It's as simple as that. I tried to do contact tracing myself to see where I might have picked this up. I couldn't. Nobody in my house was sick, thank God. None of my kids were sick. My husband was not sick. Of course, he was not even around. He was in Nigeria. And then had just come back when I fell sick. So you guys, take care of yourselves. That's the only reason why I'm making this video. Just to remind you guys that this thing is for real. This is a condition that a lot of people have had and they didn't make it. They didn't survive it. In the US alone, hundreds of thousands of people, they say, die because of this virus. So please take care of yourselves. Take care of your relatives. Take care of your family. Take care of your friends. Remind everybody to wear their mask. Do what, wash your hands. All those basic things that they used to tell us, when this thing just started, we can still and should still be doing them. Because like I said, there's a lot of healthy carriers. I am fully vaccinated. But I felt this sick. What was so surprising to me about my own situation is the fact that I did not display any symptoms at all. The thing just went straight to my lungs and hit me there. Boom. And suddenly, from nowhere, I could not breathe. Like I said, this thing, it affects people differently. This particular situation might have affected somebody else and they wouldn't have made it. I could be going around being a healthy carrier, not wearing a mask, and I could have passed it on to somebody that could get it, and that person's immune system is not as strong, and then they get sick and they die. So it's all about everyone reminding your next person, please wear your mask, wash your hands, do the basic things that the CDC says that we should be doing. All right? So guys, that is the reason why I shared my story. So you guys, just to remind you guys that this thing is still there. It's still very much there. We can only help ourselves by taking care of ourselves, So this is where I sign out. Thank you guys so much for listening to my coronavirus story. I hope that you guys were able to learn something from my story. I hope that it was able to remind you guys to always, take care of yourselves, wear your mask, wash your hands, just do the basic things that the CDC put in place there for us to do. Keep your distance if you can. These days, that is not even existing anymore. These days, to wear a mask is like, there's a struggle. Even myself, sometimes I go out there not even wearing a mask, but this has taught me a big lesson, you guys, because what I went through, wait till I experience, wait till I go through, my goodness. I know if you wish this kind of a thing from even someone I feel call my worst enemy. I don't have any worst enemy, but I cannot wish this kind of a pain on somebody else. Like I talk, this thing, the attack people, the experiences are different. So thank you guys for watching. This is where I sign out. I will see you guys in my next video or my next live. But until then, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, take care of yourselves and each other, guys. Bye.